this question, we have an intersection, and for intersections, the one-liner is get both of the equations in the y equals format and set them equal. So for us, that would look like x squared minus 8x plus 12 equals c. Now this is a quadratic situation because it's related to y equals x squared or ax squared plus bx plus c. And so when you're dealing with a quadratic, your instinct there should be to get everything on one side equal to 0, preferably on the side where x squared is positive. So to do that, all we have to do is take away c from both sides. And now it looks like this. Next, we should notice that the question is telling us about the number of solutions. This intersection that we've been talking about is happening only at one point. Now, the number of solutions of a quadratic is a reference to the idea of the discriminant. The discriminant is part of the quadratic formula. So here's the quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And we're going to put some fake numbers in here that don't have to do with this question, just to show you what happens when you plug in a positive, a 0, or a negative discriminant. Now, the discriminant is this part of the equation, so it's positive, 0, or negative. And when the discriminant is positive, we're going to have two solutions, two answers, because we'd be adding 2 and taking away 2. When the discriminant is 0, we'd have one solution, one answer, because we're not actually adding or taking away anything. The answer would be 2/3. And if the discriminant is negative, you'd have no solutions, no answers. And that's because you're not allowed to have a negative under a radical in math. So for us, we are right here, and we know that there's one solution. So we know that b squared minus 4ac must equal 0. Now the a is the invisible one in front of the x squared, the b is the minus 8, and the c is this 12 minus c. So there's some kind of confusion. C equals 12 minus c, and that is very, very weird, but we have to realize this a, b, and c, those are the a, b, and c of the positioning in the quadratic, whereas the other c right here, that's the actual variable c in this question. So they're two totally different things. This shows up this way on the SAT a lot, so we're trying to kind of get you ready for that. So b squared minus 4ac equals 0. We can go ahead and say negative 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times 12 minus c equals 0. Multiply the negative 4 and the 1, we'd have negative 4 times 12 minus c. And then squaring the negative 8 squared is positive 64. So now we can distribute that negative 4. 64 minus 48 plus 4c equals 0. 64 minus 48 is 16. So 16 plus 4c equals 0. Take away 16 from both sides. 4c is equal to negative 16. And divide by 4, and you get negative 16 over 4, which is negative 4. And the answer here is D.